Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Media Truder, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, where, I'm gonna be honest, things may have gone a little bit off the rails. King Connor was supposed to be the spectacular godchild who came in with his amazing stats and fixed everything. And okay, we've made some good progress here, but there's also been quite a few instances of infidelity, revolts, characters hating me, rivalries being declared, and now there may be just a tiny bit of Satanism. There may be some small Satanism, but that's fine. We're just going to use Satanism to solve our problems, and then we're just going to shake Satan's hand and say, thanks very much for your help, but actually, I think now we're going to do things nice and properly. And Satan's going to say, you know what, fair enough, that's okay, you're still within your first 30 days of your contract, so you're allowed to cancel, no quibbles whatsoever. Be on your way, you magnificent bastard, shine on you. And King Connor would be like, thanks Satan, it's been a pleasure, but as I say, I just want to go and do things properly. That's how it's not going to go. This is going to go wrong. There's no way that making a deal with Satan's going to be a good thing. Also, one thing I did realise, I've just carved a pentagram into my arm. Do you have any idea how many women I'm naked with every single day? Because it's quite a few. They're going to see that. There's going to be... Oh, but they're going to be on board because they all love me. Because everyone in my own court who likes me is a... Am I just basically building my own personal witch coven thing? Oh, I think I might be, you know. Right, well that's interesting. Still, we made some really fast, good progress into Ireland last time, which is marvellously good news. That's probably where we want to go next, because yeah, Scotland's moving into Ireland, I'm moving into Ireland. If me and Scotland can just divide Ireland between us, that's fine. Because then me, potentially, Scotland, because I can just take over Scotland pretty easily at some point, because the heir to Scotland, and right now the King of Scotland's very secure, no one's going to be kicking him out. The heir to Scotland belongs to my house, so I could just name him heir if he turns out to be okay. This one's a bit of a, yeah, pox-ridden guy, so maybe we shouldn't necessarily, though we could just basically, yeah, we could just become him, and then if he dies pretty quickly, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So, actually, that might work out better if he's suffering from great pox, so that'll all be 100% fine. But yeah, Scotland in general is looking strong. Now, there is a concern, which is, while there's a whole bunch of my children in the line of succession, down here, number 4 in succession is, yeah, the woman that he's actually married after the wife he had from me died. So, that guy is of his house. So, technically, both he and his wife have a pretty good incentive of getting rid of my children. Actually, his wife doesn't, because they're not of her dynasty regardless. But he potentially has a good incentive to see his own children knocked off in favour of, yeah, the children of his second wife. And he's actually got high intrigue. Right, we're going to need to keep an eye on these children, because if they start mysteriously dying under strange circumstances, we might need to deal with this guy. Because if we can just kill King Colin under any circumstances, then yeah, my dynastic heir moves over to being the King of Scotland, and that could work out very nicely, unless of course that creates instability in Scotland. Oh, I don't know. As for England, something rather odd has happened, by the way, which is, remember we were trying to kill this woman so that her husband could potentially be lured over to me because he had a claim on Wessex. The game is now saying she was never married, which makes me increasingly worried that I put a hit out on the wrong woman, because I'm not quite sure where the husband's gone, but now there doesn't seem to have actually ever been one in the first place. So as a result of that, we should probably call off this plot, because this woman, like, her death doesn't actually achieve anything for me. So let's just not do that. And yeah, the guy who was here, he's just gone missing. I'm not sure where he's gone, but he's just not here anymore. So this is a bit of an interesting position for England, because England is a bit of a blend of different successions. Now, there are still a handful of places on primogeniture, so those are the easiest ones to infiltrate. So yeah, the Duchy of Wessex is, I think if I recall correctly, yeah, Kent is, and is East Anglia. East Anglia is as well. Meanwhile, up here in the, no, not you, in the very important Duchy of Mercia, they're on Gavelkind, which is annoying. Because, well, I guess I might want to go and interfere with Mercia, because Mercia is too powerful. Mercia is very powerful. And I do have the Hellfire Children just sitting there with weak claims. But the problem is, how am I going to push a weak claim against Mercia? Because, yeah, right now they've got an adult male, then adult male, adult male, adult male. Right now, plain and simple, there just isn't a good way for me to push a weak claim against Mercia. But keep an eye on that. But yeah, I might need a strong claim against Mercia to actually attack them. So as for the 3 primogenitures along the south and the east of England, all of them were now lacking in claimants that I could actually bring into my court. Which is a real shame indeed. You know what, we'll keep an eye on England because we've got bigger problems to deal with just for the moment. And that is how to deal with Ireland. So we've got this guy here, Count Tommeltack. Now, he absolutely despises me for various reasons and is also dying and is probably insane. But he asked me to join a Satanic cult, so I said yes. So I don't say that I should not have accepted that. That is never going to go well. But, thing we need to know about him, he is currently 74, infirm, and suffering from cancer. He's as good as dead. And when his child takes over, the child's got nothing against me. In fact, the child is possessed by Satan, and I'm Satanic, so me and him should get on just flipping fine. Marvellous. Meanwhile, over here, this guy's a bit more of a problem. He despises me as well. Luckily, his intrigue's pretty low, so it doesn't seem like a massive problem. Also, if you're only... Oh, you're 46. Sorry, I thought you were a bit younger than that. Once again, we just need a handover of generations, because the generation below this guy doesn't mind me anywhere near as much. So he needs to die. So now we've cancelled the plot of that woman who I'm not sure why I was killing her in the first place. He needs to be got rid of. So, everyone over to the Intrigue machine, and you, my good man, my spy master, head over there. Help out with that if you'd be so kind. So plot power increase plus 10%, thank you. Now, is anyone willing to be on board with this? Because, yeah, right now I'm basically bribing my own people to get on board. And there's not a huge amount of power to be added in, is there? There's 11, there's another 11, there's 8, there's just 7, 6... Yeah, and no one's on board with this at all. Now, Paul Irving might be, but as he's a vassal, do I have to pay him even more money? I don't know the amount of money I need to send to... Ouch, 40 gold. Fine, you know what? We'll get you on board, my good man. We need a handful of people. Mayors should surely be cheaper to bribe. 50? Bloody hell. Right, okay, well, I need this guy dead, otherwise he's going to represent a problem to me. You're the mayor of Bodmin. You better be willing to actually do this for 75? No. No, I'm not bankrupting myself. Alright, apparently these mayors are greedy bastards. He only wants 53. Fine. But I want you in the plot as well. But yeah, we need to just take a minute and restore my treasury. The treasury is not in good shape. And a whole bunch of people are going to be on board, but... even with all these people on board, that's up to 68. Yeah, it's not exactly spectacular. I can't remember what the threshold for it actually happening is. I think it's 75. So, hopefully that'll be fine. And you're actually building your spy network, right? Yes, build spy network. Good. Good. That works for me. And, ooh. Brother Connor, we've received word of your dedication and desire to join the Legion of the True Lord. Await the messenger. Let the Dark One guide you. Don't worry. I'm getting on with assassinating people who have done nothing to deserve it right now. So, hopefully, yes, this will all be fine. Oh god, this is going to go so catastrophically wrong. Wait, who even is the heir right now in case this does go wrong? Ah, yes, of course. Caddock II. So, this guy is... Oh. Hello. I think the messenger has just arrived. I've met an intriguing and hypnotically beautiful woman... Really? Are you sure? She's 52. Are you... Okay, I think you could do better. Alright, I think possibly this is just her satanic seduction powers. So apparently, this Andali is a foreign diplomat. I engaged her in conversation for the first time today. We spoke at length about tax levels. I was shocked when she carefully pulled up her sleeve, revealing the Mark of Lucifer. Yes, the messenger is here. Good. Oh dear. I'm not even sure whether this is connected to, like, you know, the fact that I've actually been dealing with this guy over here, or whether I tried to join the Satanic Society. So, the Abjurist smiles. I'm pleased to find you not only a charming man, Connor, but also one capable of intellectual discourse. The brethren value the pursuit of knowledge, you see, in addition to more earthly pursuits. Her smile turns into a predatory grin as she continues, we'll soon see exactly how committed you are. If you're trying to seduce me, you've got this all backwards. I'm probably already trying to seduce you too. It's kind of what I do. So she offers no reply, instead takes my hand. Right, well, you know, for any other king, this might be a big deal. For me, this is just a Tuesday. Andali escorts me to my bedchamber. I hesitate upon entering, finding it flooded with light as candles form a circle around my bed. Several hooded figures surround the room, chanting in unison, "Fear not, brother, power and pleasure, these are the gifts of Iblis." I like the sound of that. I can't do this, I'm a married man. I just feel like I couldn't say those words without just bursting out laughing. You know what? I like the sound of this. Let's get on with the nice sex ritual. Yay, Satan, Satan, Satan. Okay, we're slightly, that's, you know, a slightly ambitious representation of what's actually going on here. She doesn't actually look that much like that. Right, when I wake up, the cloaked figures are gone and Andali is lying next to me, a smile tugging at the corner of her mouth. Welcome to Lucifer's own King Connor, she says. I hold her close, wondering how I will look back on this moment. Again, it's just a Tuesday. So, I wish you'd found me sooner. So, I join Lucifer's own, and me and her like each other with, oh, that's a bit one-sided actually. Budding romance on my side, budding friendship on hers. Alright, this was a necessary evil, and she's not desperately keen with me. Yeah, I may as well say I wish you'd found me sooner, not least as you are currently 52. So if you'd found me like more than 7 years sooner, we could totally have had like the Antichrist together. And that would have been great. So I wish you'd found me sooner. This is marvellous. Budding romance. I can just have... Oh, I've changed my thing. No, don't go around wearing an evil cloak. People are gonna know. If you show up in court the next day wearing a massive evil cloak, people are going to know. Also, I should really break apart the army. That kind of needs to go down. So those get broken apart with the exception of the retinues. How's technology doing, by the way? We must be close to... yes, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Military Organization 4. So I'm going to take that. So we got that up there. What's the next one? Yeah, it's the same again, just a bit more. So global supply limit up. The retinues up. Morale of armies up. Right. Let's go and have a little look-see at the retinues. Because I feel like we must be... oh, yeah. We are way due for an upgrade there. So right now I've got a retinue cap of 1,200. I'm only actually filling like a little less than half of that. So the thing is, I might need to break down the old retinue for the sake of actually starting one afresh. Because I don't have quite the capacity. I think the other one is... what's this one? Which is the one I've actually already got? I've already got 550. I should be able to do that. Oh, it's because I can't afford it. Right, that does make sense, yes. So I could have a giant pile of archers, or could I actually have... I could probably have this one, actually. A light skirmish retinue, so then a pile of light infantry. Actually, that's... no, I've already got that one. Oh, am I allowed more than one? Ah, it's not saying that I can't do it because I've already got it. Right, that would be interesting. I should probably go for the skirmish retinue with, yeah, even more archers, but some heavy infantry. Or, what's this one? That one's 900. So I can either break apart my existing retinue and go for a more elite retinue. Because at this point, I might just be able to afford, a knightly retinue. Okay. This is of interest, where, yeah, there's tons of horses. Because that's 150 heavy cav. Like, my entire army right now has only got 65 heavy cav. So that would presumably be a really big increase in heavy cav power. Well, when I say presumably, yes, mathematically it would be as well, John. Or I could just basically say, you know what, I want some good quality numbers. This is only 900 though. Interesting. Right, well, let's just bring the retinue home and we'll consider that in a minute. But yeah, we can actually have a new one. But bear in mind, if I want to break that apart and then build another one from scratch, that's going to be expensive. Because you buy, you spend a bit of money just to set up the company, and then it needs to spend money recharging over time, I believe. Yeah, this means you pay the full reinforcement cost. So I'll need to be paying quite a bit of money out if I want to be building 2 retinues from scratch together. I'm not keen on the cloak thing. That just feels like a bad idea. A really, really bad idea, in fact. Now, what are we going to do about England? The simple thing would be to just straight up go for Powys or the one up north. I could do that immediately. That would certainly be true. Or Ireland. I'm just going to have a quick look-see around Ireland, see what I can figure out's going on here. So just zoom out here. So yeah, the duchy layout of Ireland is Ulster is these, what's that? Is that 4? I think that's 4 at the top. 1, 1, and that's 2 just held by one person. And then we've got 1 here that's 2, 1 here that's 2, and 1 here that's 2. So there's no real reason to go for one other than the other. Because yeah, the reason I started with Munster, the Kingdom of Moo down here, was because I could get 2. That immediately gave me the right to de jure claim the other one, because I actually had 2/3 of the duchy. None of that's going to be true up here. It would be true in Ulster. So if Scotland can just take, this territory here, they'll immediately have the right to go over to here, and they can basically take, most of Northern Ireland, which is pretty cool. So there's no real reason for me to go one place rather than the other right now. Unless, of course, you guys have actually got claims I might be able to push. Like, you've got Duchy of Munster. Fine, so you can't have that. Sorry, not going to happen. But if there's, say, a weak spot over here, somewhere being run by a child, say, then that is going to be easier to get into. Because that means any weak claimant at all could actually push their way in. And sure, technically, none of you are willing to move to court. But I think that's because children just can't move to court. But in fact, you're already betrothed. Boo. That's a bit of a shame. How about you? You're betrothed. Wow, okay. These children have been snapped up nice and early, I see. Now, here's an interesting one. So, this territory is actually being held by Queen Martha at the age of 8. But she doesn't just own this county. She is technically the queen. She owns this whole area, which de jure includes the territory next door that she doesn't actually own personally. So as a result of that, if I could just move in and take that territory, I'd have the de jure right to take this one as well, I believe. And this girl is, she is not actually betrothed. Now, the chance of me getting a normal marriage into her strikes me as extremely limited, but we'll see what we could do here. No. Understandably, she'd prefer matrilineal, so even though she absolutely adores me because of my sex appeal, presumably, which is odd because she's 8, and the prestige effect, because I've got pretty high prestige, she's not willing to sign away the right to her children, or rather the children of her dynasty, inheriting. She wouldn't even go for matrilineal. There's one upside, though. Looky who we've got here. Chappie, with a weak claim on this area, right now. A chappie who is willing to come to my court immediately and is not married. Now, is there a problem with him? Well, there's a bit of a problem. He's suffering from gout, health -2, drunkard, and his weak claim won't be inherited. So this is a gamble. It might not work out, possibly because of his illness and drunkenness. There's a possibility. How old is he? He's 35. He should hopefully be able to get a child anyway. But the problem isn't fertility. The problem is attraction. So yeah, that's his health down, so he might die young. And that's his attraction down because he's drunk and fat and envious and all sorts of stuff. So he's a little bit of a bastard in some ways. But bring him over to me, matrilineal marriage, and then basically wait for children to start appearing. And then, if we do get some children starting to appear, invade before the year... Hang on, you're 8 right now. So invade before the year 1163, and we should be able to just walk straight in. If you have any pacts, by the way, you've got yourself a non-aggression, you've got nothing else. Fine. In which case, welcome to my court, you drunken bastard. Also, I've just realised I've got my Chancellor just standing right there doing nothing of interest, so he should probably go somewhere else. Right, what do you want to do next? Now, I know we've tried this several times before, and every time it does just seem to end in me getting a Chancellor thrown in prison, but I want to give this one more flipping go. But this time we're doing the research. So, of the people that absolutely flipping despise their leader, the Earl of Perfedwell... The Earl of North Wales, we're just going to call him the Earl of North Wales, alright, he really does not like his liege. He is not keen on his liege at all. And his intrigue is only 3. So the chance of him actually discovering what's going on doesn't seem great. Yeah, State Intrigue 13, not spectacular. So, in which case, I am going to say, you are going to sow dissent, and you're going to do it up there. We're going to see if we can make this guy potentially rebel or otherwise cause trouble for his liege, which is, of course, the Duke of Mercia, because that guy needs some trouble throwing his way. In the meantime, we probably want to try and take Powys directly. So at that point, yeah, if this guy just decides to declare a war of independence or something, then that will make it a little bit easier for me to attack him, because then I wouldn't need to wait for the 10-year cooldown, because technically I'll be attacking a different person who's part of a different empire. Assuming he can go independent, there's a good chance he won't be able to, unless he times it just right, or just demands independence and the Duke of Mercia lets him go because he's busy with something else. I find that unlikely. England seems stable right now. England seems to be very, very stable indeed. And Mercia in particular seems to be under control. But still, this all seems like a plan to me. This is a good plan. And here we go. He's arrived. Great. So, good news. You're getting married. The question is, who to? You know, I actually consider this a bit of a waste of useless. She's actually pretty decent, all things considered. It probably wouldn't be... Yeah, you know what? Okay. He doesn't get useless. He's going to get insult. Yeah, insult, aside from her high intelligence, honestly is not that useful to me. And the moment that is done, we will now actually push his claim. We're not going to need all the armies for that. These armies up in Ireland should be able to handle that by themselves. And there we go. We just need to claim that territory. We're just going to basically put him in right there. And actually, if we're very lucky, he himself will take care of this bit of land over here. Lovely. This is probably a good idea. We're just going to put him in position. There's just going to be a nice, friendly person producing children of my dynasty who will have lots of claims. So it'll probably work out in the long run. Also, John, what did you just say about actually taking a moment to recharge the treasury? Because the treasury is not looking in great shape. Well, we don't need... No, we don't need all of this. Right, you guys can just stand down immediately. I'm not paying for all of you to go and have a little holiday in Ireland. That's 3,600 right there. That's another 1,000. Right, you can stand down, and you can stand down. Alright, though actually, no, you can stand down. We'll re-raise you if need be. These 3 forces together should be more than enough to just go over here and handle this. They've only got 1,500 troops. This will be absolutely flipping fine. So just move all troops over there to guard the strait, and then we'll just go and see what she's planning to do. And also some stupid plots in Ireland have been put to an end as well. Marvellous. Also, the French want help with the French revolt again. So, okay, I might be willing to send you some assistance with that. And also, just one thing. Just one small problem. Why exactly has Andromache been thrown in prison by this guy? Is there a particular reason you've put your own wife in prison? Yes, okay. You've imprisoned her. Why? What did she do? Oh. Heresy. Right. Do we know what heretical thing she did? Because, hang on, let's just go over to her here. She's lustful. Fine. Oh, she got excommunicated. How'd you pull that off? Well, I'm guessing someone made the request, but okay. I mean, your piety's pretty low. You could hardly have requested that from the Pope. She must have really done something pretty dramatic. Also, sorry, did you just throw her in prison for breaking the word of the church? Well, I'm gonna be honest, there's a slight element of hypocrisy going on here. Lift the excommunication of a character, but my religious head would need to like me. Ah. The Pope is not willing to do that, unfortunately. So, Princess Andromache has just been thrown in prison. Now this throws a bit of a fly in the ointment, because she only managed to get one child out. And that child is sickly. Okay. Slight issue. Slight issue. Yeah, that child's only just been born. Okay. If we're very lucky, any chance I can speak to you about this? Invite plot. No. It does not. Oh, I can recruit for Satan now. Okay, that's new and exciting. Attempt to find out whether Count Leodolf lusts for the power of the occult. Okay, well logically, it would be people who had deadly sins and not great virtues. So, probably, he's not going to be into that. Well, nothing much we can do with Andromache, unfortunately. She's gone and got herself excommunicated somehow. Alright, do I need to get involved in this? Ooh. Oh, you've got a fancy hood on as well. Are you part of the Order of Satan too? Could we be Satan buddies? Right, you can actually get 7,000 troops on the field right now. Meanwhile, the guy you're taking on can get 9,000. Great. So potentially you're actually going to lose this. And if you lose this, I lose this alliance. So unfortunately, I'm going to need to get involved in this as well. So any troops that are not currently going to deal with the Irish situation now probably need to go and deal with the bloody French situation. I am so low on money right now. This is not good. And I don't even have that many troops over here on the continent right now because these guys won't actually rise unless I call up the vassals. Okay, how many troops is this? That's about 1,200, 1,800. It's about 2,500 strength. Okay, I'm not going to call you down because I don't want to pay for the boats. Right, which is there's the 700. Select these guys. You guys stand down as well. Okay, guys, seriously, the only thing I can give you are these troops. So if you want to deal with the French revolt, you're going to have to do it very flipping carefully. Alright, in fact, where's his main army? Where's the main army of the French king? Like, I see the 4,800 down here. Where's your main force right now? You just faffing over... Oh, he's stuck over in France. Great, just absolutely great. Are you busy in a holy war right now? No, officially not. The only war he's got on is this war. Well, that's absolutely fine. Oh, bloody hell. Satan, give me strength. Right, same deal as usual. Sulfur is on the front line in case he can manage to get himself killed. We can just wrap up this war super nice and quickly, and then we can get on with trying to help out with the French situation. Because I'm not sure exactly how we're planning to... we might be able to go over there. If you guys are planning to join up over there, we can help you out with that. And by the way, I can totally provide you with a little bit of extra assistance. Right, deploy troops and keep them at the north. But we are sending assistance right now, and we're not losing money. Okay, the important thing is we're not losing money. And what just happened here? Right. This is interesting. So, Baron Lot... Wait. Hang on, what? What's Priam currently technically running? And who does he work for? Oh, Priam's just moved over to the Holy Roman Empire. Right, because he got a better offer than, being in prison. Unfortunately, he doesn't actually get to go there. He's got the title, but he is stuck in prison right now. So, bit of a shame for him, really. Also, I'm beginning to regret my alliance with France. France has so many problems. They're constantly asking for help. So regularly, they're not really being that helpful to me. So yeah, Priam should be able to go down and handle that business down there. But he's kind of got to... Does he actually need to die? Yeah, Prince... Wait. Prince Hector of Cornwall. Prince Hector... Wait. How many Hectors are there? No! Hector versus Priam. Sorry, I got confused there. And yeah, it looks like we can handle this. And... Oh. Which of my vassals can be dealt with? Obligate him, use legalism. It's this guy who I'm trying to kill right now. Threaten him, do nothing for now. Obligate him. Let's see what legalism trying to obligate him looks like. Does that come with a giant cost? Because if so, I probably can't afford it. You need ready to actually go into battle. Yes, okay. And in addition, reminding you of my duties and obligations. You are right, of course. Okay, that may be a function of how high I've got legalism. I'm not sure. And in just a couple of days, we'll have our first major fight over here. This should be a walkover. I've got the superior commanders and 3 times as many troops. So all we really need to do is give these guys a battering, drive them off nice, and oh yeah, we've barely even taken any losses. Basically, we just shot them with arrows and then rode them off with our horse. They're down to 750. Head over here and then just begin the assault, if you be so kind. That war's already at 46%. This will not take long. Now, I want to head over here and... Uh-oh. No, be really, really careful. Seriously, be so careful right now. Do not actually... Yeah, go to Paris. Hide in Paris. Okay, and I'm happy for you to potentially attach to this army. That's better. Now you've got 8,400. Just try and hang about with them. And, oh, a child of strong lass. I wonder who that really belongs to. The child shall be called Please Stop, because seriously, please stop having sex with strong lass. How many children does... I think all of these are mine. Not mine, oversight. Oh no, please stop, mistake. Oh god, please just stop it. Stop having sex with strong lass. Alright, seriously. Take your responsibilities seriously. You are the most fertile man in the world. Ah, this is good. It would appear that the actual King of France is on his way back over here. If we can just all join forces together, that works. That works right there. And also, this guy keeps changing his mind because he's not sure which direction he wants to actually go in. But if we can just all join together, then yeah, my strength combined with yours should be enough to take out their main army. So just head in that direction, everything should be fine. Now as for over here, are you by any chance trying to... Yeah, you're trying to take out my territory as well. So that's fine. I need to speed this up really. I mean, that's quite a few troops. Okay, I'm going to wait a little bit longer, but I will be willing to just basically force my way in to that territory pretty soon. And then as soon as we join over to... Okay, wait, what? What did you just do? No, okay, seriously, just chain your way to those guys. There we go. So now there's 12,000 troop... Okay, no, just, okay. Seriously, just chill out for 1 second, and now... Follow the King of France. Have you got that? Okay, I think he's got that now. Great, well done. So now we outnumber the French significantly. So if he just wants to basically push in and take them on a pitched battle, that should work for us. But for the time being, all he wants to do is, yeah, just chill out here and start taking down some of their cities. So this should work pretty well. Meanwhile, there's... Oh, hello, you decided to come over here, did you? Right, you're just up in Gwynedd right now. How are we doing over here? Right, begin an assault over there. Great, good victory, good victory. Now, do I want to actually send some troops home? I'm making 4.25. I think I've actually got like 700 waiting for me here. I'm just going to wait for him to arrive in Gwynedd, and then I'll see what's left. I can't remember exactly where the troops I've got left are. Right, okay. Just raise any outstanding troops now, because I think there are still a handful. Yes. Yes, there are. Excellent. You guys get over here, see off this force, and that should hopefully be enough to win the war. And meanwhile over here, this is going just fine as well. Beautiful. Okay. This is all under control. You guys get over here, see if you can track them down, and it looks like we will just be able to get on top of you before you flee out of here. So one more battle, you are outnumbered, even though there's no good commanders present. Mitzi, you've got the advantage from the river, but I outnumber you so much it doesn't even matter. And at this point, yeah, win that. Get over... You know what? Screw it. Just spend a couple of troops. We'll lose... we may have lost 500 guys in the assault there. That's 96%. And then as soon as you win this fight, that should hopefully be enough to push you to 100. Then we can wrap up this war. And then we can actually make some of these troops stand down, which will be good. Which will be very, very good indeed. So, that's been 100%. Great. Off peace, enforced demands, and that should mean, yeah, this guy basically gets given the county, but also the petty kingdom, and thus the right to invade his neighbour. Boom. Lovely. And the advantage of that, of course, is this guy flippin' loves me. Absolutely adores me. So now I've got myself a good friend and neighbour to the north. Well, if we're very lucky, how strong are you? You're pretty strong for now. You're pretty strong for now, but hopefully in time maybe you'll be able to actually go and take care of that. So, okay. Admittedly, that's not a huge amount of troops. 39. Hopefully that will grow over time, yes. Right, you guys, get home and then split yourselves up down home. In fact, you guys should be able to split up immediately. Yes, you can. Good. Let's start saving some flipping money here. I do not want to be as poor as I am at the minute. Oh, and I hadn't noticed this. I am actually now technically part of Lucifer's Own, so I have actually joined the society. So the High Priest is Galt Skull Face Man, who's apparently just a mayor. You'd think it wouldn't actually tell you this. You'd think you'd want to, like, you know, keep that under your hat or whatever. But okay. And I'm slowly gathering dark power. Marvellous. So you gain dark power by completing missions as well as on a monthly basis. So that's a focus of Intrigue. But so for deadly sins and also things like shrewd and hedonism, feels a bit odd that shrewd gives you dark power, but whatever. I guess it's just... No, it's not just intelligence, because learning doesn't. But okay, whatever. So I've got 200 dark power right now. So it worked exactly the same as, yeah, the medicinal sciencey one I was in before. I'm just gaining dark power over time. If I want to actually rank up to an actual conjurer, ooh, so conjurer, priest, high priest, ooh, high priest, right, lovely. Let's just have a look at this guy. So this guy is depressed, stressed. He has a familiar. I want a familiar. How do I get a familiar? Also, he's got, ooh, Intrigue +3. But that is hidden from the world at large because he's got the blessings of Vetis. So that's good for him. Right, when can I have a familiar? Because I want a familiar. So, right now I have the ability to sacrifice to Iblis. So right-click the portraits of your prisoners to sacrifice them to Satan in order to gain dark power. Certain prisoners and mission targets will please Lucifer's Own more. Be aware, too many sacrifices may draw attention to you. Yeah, as long as you just kind of keep the satanic sacrifices in the dungeon to a minimum, no one will think twice about it. But if I get up to Conjurer, I can... Familiar. I want a familiar, I want a familiar, I want a familiar, I want a familiar, I want a familiar. Right, how many people do I have to sacrifice before I get my own wolf familiar? Because I so want a wolf familiar. That'll be the best thing. And also, I can curse people with bad health and disease. Ooh, okay. That's pretty cool. Alternatively, I can demonic possess people in order to possess them with a fanatically loyal demon. Oh, that's pretty useful. Oh, wow, Satan's awesome. I love Satan. And then alternatively, we get up to... Okay. That's cool. So I can just... Well, when it says dark divorce, I can annul my marriage in the name of Satan, and your spouse will be no more. Is this just murder? Is this just a fancy way of just saying we're going to stab her? I can also then heal myself or invite a disciple of Satan. So, yeah, potentially invite members to join Lucifer's Own in exchange for dark power. But obviously can't do that. And then finally, Intrigue +3. And yeah, presumably this is all hidden. Yes, this is all hidden from the world at large. Excellent. Absorb life force. Right-click on my children to steal their life force in exchange for dark power. Ooh. Wait, can I do that to bastard children? Because if I could do that to bastard children, I could live forever. You have no idea how many children I've got. This could just be a production line of children that keeps me immortal. All I need to do is just keep having children with strong lads and then keep sucking the life force out of them in order to... Oh, there's a plan here. There's a great plan here. And then unholy impregnation. Honestly, I don't actually need that. I'm already unholy. I'm impregnating a lot of women a lot of the time. Although I'm guessing the child that pops out if you actually summon a demon to do it for you is, yeah, a bit different, potentially, in some way. Though, of course, it might also get a bit awkward if I'm just standing by the bedside trying to give the demon advice, because I've got a lot of experience in this area. Right, so, first things first, we can attempt to abduct or sacrifice to Iblis. And the abduct thing is, okay, portraits of characters lower than Duke or relatives to someone of a lower tier than Duke, and that actually makes them abducted and imprisoned. Okay, well this sounds like a fun variant of assassination, so can I actually do that potentially? That's not showing up actually, the only thing I am seeing is recruit for Satan, so we don't want to do that, but down into the dungeons, because this is very convenient. Oh, that's fun. Religion, the cross is now upside... Was that always upside down? I don't think that was upside down. I think we've just turned that upside down because now I'm satanic. Right, down in the dungeons, because I'm pretty sure I've got... Yes! Priam! Priam. So, sacrifice to Satan. Yes, there we go. So, if I sacrifice him to Satan, he dies. This might have repercussions on your soul. Yes, but I do get... It's only 10 dark power. That's not very much. And he looks dazed as he's dragged to the altar. You can see dawning comprehension on his face as he's tied down. You ignore his begging as chants of praise to Satan build to a crescendo. Finally, it's time. You swing your blade and overhead arc, which ends in Baron Priam's heart. Good. And the nice thing is, of course, if I just execute people, as a general rule, that actually goes pretty badly for me. Yeah, you see, that actually lowers my vassal's opinion by -10 and the execution cost me piety, because of course we're doing it publicly. But if we do it like all subtle, in the Satanic ritual, nobody cares. Now, okay, how does Satan feel about children? So sacrifice to Satan, that gets me 10 dark power. Okay, can I sacrifice anyone to Satan? Is that fine? How about you? That's also 10. Okay, so the standard just seems to be 10. But this is an excellent way of getting rid of people I want rid of. So let's just quickly sacrifice you to Satan as well. Beautiful. So little Proslom is also dead, and she sees the knife in your hand. Her pitiful scream has only just begun before you slit her throat. Satan prefers innocent souls. Well, you say this, but that did only just get me 10 power. And there we go. Hector of Kernev has now inherited this area. And Hector doesn't like me. Well, nobody likes me for some reason. Right, don't make me sacrifice you to Satan, because I will. Right, Hector needs to be given a council position just to make him chill out a bit. He'd be well suited for Marshal. That's certainly true. But Count Paul of Gwynedd is already in that position. Right, what else are you good at? Actually, you're good at loads of things. You'd actually do a decent job in just about any position. So that's of interest. And also you've got cancer and you're dying. And apparently some... Right, well... This isn't going to last long. So you're going to die. You're going to hand over the reign to some old guy who's got no wife and no children. Although is, yeah, annoyingly, it doesn't look that attractive to me, but alright, fine. I guess it takes all sorts. And then we'll probably die and then the thing will return to me and we'll have to start this whole bloody process again. That's a shame. I was enjoying this process. Alright, let's get this right here. So, Hector goes over to Marshal. Now, Tomultak desperately wants to be on the council, but he's in the process of dying. He's a lunatic, stressed, infirm, cancer-ridden 75-year-old, so we can probably just ignore him. And as for Count Paul, well, fun thing about him, he may be angry about not being on the council, but he's still plus 30. So screw it, let's just leave him off the council. Because right now, we've got ourselves 5 vassals who are therefore going to demand they ought to be on the council. So 3 of them are on, 1 of them likes me anyway, and the other one's in the process of being killed. So, this all works out just fine. Also, does it feel odd to anyone else that I just gain 17 dark power a month as standard, but actually taking 2 prisoners to a satanic altar and sacrificing them to Satan only gets me 20. Like, only slightly more than the amount I would have made if I'd done literally nothing for Satan. I feel like Satan's not really appreciating me right now. Oh, good, I can actually break apart the army right here without bothering to walk them all the way back home. Now, seriously, let's just chill out for a second. We've only got a few troops standing, which should be, yeah, now we've broken those down. Next month, that should make a big change. And though my last act of worship has been some time ago, I can still sense an inhuman touch upon my soul whenever I think about what I did. I've become a changed man. A tainted soul is a small price to pay, so I gain arbitrary, that is intrigue +1, but a loss of stewardship, learning, and vassal opinion. So, that seems, yeah, perfectly reasonable, all things considered. I'm just getting better and better at plotting, so this is good. So if I arbitrarily decide to... Oh. Okay. Actually, apparently I'm quite enjoying being satanic, because, yeah, you know what? Life isn't that bad at all. I'm having great fun right now. I'm worshipping Satan, I'm having a lot of sex and a whole bunch of children. Life is good. Life is flipping good. In fact, I thought I'd still be stressed because I never actually ended up with Karen, and I didn't succeed in killing my wife or marrying Karen. So, you know, things aren't perfect. Oh, meanwhile, poor old Beltram has actually died. Yeah, that was King Iliad's best friend who he met out in the wild while he was hunting for the Great Stag. And he has since served us very, very well as, yeah, one of our commanders. and he is sadly passed on, meaning Drew is now single again. So Drew might just be able to get out another child or two. So go on, Drew. We'll get you remarried. No one great floating around for it, to be honest, but there is Iago right here. Commander of Cornwall, not great, but he is lustful, so if we're lucky, that'll help get out a child. Go on, you two, have fun. And that's what I want to say. Monthly balance going up again, winning some nice easy fights in France with the army I'm involved with down there. Total force present is, yeah, rising fast. So that's going to be momentarily passing 12,000 as these guys come back in. Yeah, this should be absolutely a-okay. France should now be able to actually handle that one. Beautiful. And, well, this is marvellously good news. I think Tomultak, the guy who actually introduced me to Satanism, has indeed passed on, which is marvellous. So he's dead. And as a result, we've got... Okay, I thought you... Didn't you like me? Hang on, why don't you like me? Desires a duchy, title, claimant, short reign, foreign conqueror, held too many duchies. You used to like me. I swear you and me used to be cool with each other. Well, on the plus side, even if he does hate me, he's only got an intrigue of 5, which isn't so bad. Fine, well, we better get him on the council then. The only thing he'd be in any way good at would be, I could have him as an advisor, but if I had him as an advisor, which is basically just a freebie slot, the problem is, he's basically gonna very likely be trouble for me, isn't he? Because, yeah, sure, I could have an advisor, but he's gonna be a flipping malcontent. And I've already got multiple malcontents on the... Oh, the council's getting messy. And the only thing I did wrong was sleep with all of your wives, father illegitimate children on them, and then worship Satan. Alright, I don't know why you're all being fussy with me. I could move him over to being Chancellor. I could try and do that, but then Leodolf's actually doing a good job as that. Leodolf could make a good... Well, when I say good, he could make a competent enough spy master. Not exactly great, but might do something at the bare minimum. Oh dear. I'd rather have Drew there. I'm worried about the plotting that might go against me. Having a nice, loyal spy master. Oh yeah, that would be... Well, actually, if I move this guy to spy master, he likes me as well, so that wouldn't be dangerous. I wouldn't be having a bad person as spy master. Okay, the council hates me anyway. So, in which case, congratulations, you're now going to be my flipping advisor. Alright, this guy is now at minus 60. Now, what else do we have that we could maybe sort out? Foreign conqueror, can't do anything about that. Generous relative, that's going to wear off, unfortunately. So all of those lovely bits of, yeah, crowns and scepters and whatever. Perfect world, I could potentially do something about that. I could make some new ones. Foreigner, title claimant. You desire the Duchy of Munster. Okay, in theory, I could give you that. I could actually give him that, and then, ooh, hang on, if I gave him that, does that mean that this guy would potentially be a little bit happier? Because then he'd be reporting into someone he respects more, because he'd actually be reporting into a local. I mean, he'd still hate me, but he'd have someone he likes above him, which would hopefully be less bad. That could potentially be of interest. I could give you the duchy. I don't need to... In fact, actually, do I even have the duchy? Does the duchy even bloody exist? Yes, the duchy does exist, and I hold it right now. But I don't really need to hold it, really. I could just hand it over to this guy. And the other thing I could do, of course, is, yeah, I don't really need to be seduction focused anymore. If I were to go over to business... that's city vassal opinion. Okay, so that doesn't help me out with vassal opinion in general. Or I could just go straight over to Intrigue, because I would like that guy dead. I do really want that guy dead. And also that unlocks Spy On and Free from Captivity. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yep, going over to the Intrigue focus, so we're now up to 20 Intrigue, but I cannot seduce people anymore. But honestly, I feel like I've done enough seduction for the time being. I'm kind of moving on from seduction to Satanism instead. And this could be very, very interesting indeed. So this guy who I've already got the plot out on, I could spy on him, so I could uncover his darkest secrets. I might be able to blackmail him, have treason charges levelled against him, or even murder him. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Let's get on with that and see what we can find. Because my intrigue is 20 and his is 6. So I feel like, hopefully, we should be able to get a decent result out of that. And, yes, there we are. Keep a very close eye on him. Let's see what we can do there. We might be able to get rid of him quietly. Because, yeah, if we move over to his son, who, well, right now his son likes me. The moment his son becomes leader, he'll inherit all of the negative things this guy's got about, ooh, foreign conqueror, too many duchies, diddly diddly dee. But I will get rid of declared war, defeated me, all of that. So, that won't be so bad. So I have found out nothing new and useful about the Count, but as my shady informant pointed out, there is nothing preventing me from making stuff up. The bigger the lie, so midget shoes. No, he's having an affair with a feisty goat. So, let's see what we've got here. Vicious rumours, which will give general opinion -10, but there's a 7% chance he'd figure it out. And no, I think it's time to spy on someone else. No, I need something real. Yeah, general opinion -10 doesn't help. I mean, it's hilarious, but it doesn't actually help. So I need something real. Continue spying. We want to find something actually true that we can use against him. But yeah, I can see that we're not just going to be able to directly control everything. I think we need ourselves someone we can trust over here. Now, this guy as well, this guy's ambitious. He's ambitious, but he's also kind, he's dull. He's an amateurish plotter. Like, this guy seems fairly useless. I don't think this guy poses a threat to me. So if I could maybe get this guy on side, and he could basically just rule Southern Ireland on my behalf, and I just don't really get involved, that could work for me. So, wait, hang on. Title claimant? You're not a title claimant. You're not even of the dynasty. You cannot claim any title that's high up in this realm. Yeah, the problem is as well, ambitious is going to be a permanent -25. So I can do some stuff to him. I can do some stuff. I could give him the duchy. I could give him the duchy, and at some point, yeah, if I can get rid of too many duchies held, and potentially I also just at some point commission a fancier crown and scepter, which will really, really impress him. Yeah, okay, that could work. And potentially, there's also, ooh, the sun is possessed by Satan. That could be of interest as well, yes. But before I make the decision, let's actually see if maybe I'd rather hand it over to this guy, because this guy is that content? Ooh. Okay. So potentially, the next Earl of this place is going to be content. 24 years old, producing children, married, content, kind, temperate, shy, skilled tactician, and intrigue's not high. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to hand over the Duchy of Munster to that guy. He will make an excellent little vassal. Yes. My brother in darkness, Mayor Coleman of Clocognista, was passing by and decided to pay me a surprise visit. He is in a lewd mood and thought we would stage an impromptu orgy in honour of Lucifer. What a lovely idea. I'll dress up as a bishop. Sure, I think that's a good idea. So those can be rewarding. Remember that Lucifer is a cruel master. Oh, am I about to potentially pick up like Lover's Pox or something? Well, I'm not sacrificing 150 dark power. I want my demon wolf. Alright, so we're getting on with that, but I feel like there might be consequences. Where am I? Oh yes, the orgy. 3 days of wicked debaucheries conducted by a pre-epic dwarf from hell. The drugs, the copulation, the succubus with the hypnotic flute, the ritual murder. Was it real? All I know is that Coleman sure knows how to throw a party. Now, unfortunately, I feel drained. And I've just picked up Frail. And also drew my cousin. Did I have sex with my cousin? Is that what I did? My character is physically frail, so that's not so good. Oh, Vassal opinion down 5%. Oh dear, but I do get 100 dark power. But yeah, why is this guy floating around over here? Because the actual tooltip doesn't say anything. You know what? It's fine. If Drew has a child in about 9 months, we'll know that was the Satanic. Oh, hello! It's goat phase. Right, so Satan's favours. The great and mighty Satan has given us so much, and now it is time for us to offer him a gift in return. Satan craves a soul to serve them in the Dark Realm, and we have the perfect one in mind. Okay. Sacrifice a servant of gods. Right. So I'm guessing you want me to sacrifice, yeah, some sort of priest. So to complete this mission, I need to get a... Okay, I need to get a priest in my dungeon, and then I need to sacrifice them. Who is a priest or an ascetic? Okay, well that's absolutely fine. So we'll get on with that. That's lovely. How's this war going, by the way? It's dragging on a bit. Where are you actually... Ooh! Are we actually about to actually fight a proper battle here? I think we're actually going in. We are going in right now. Okay. Except, oh. We just decided to, yeah, give them the advantage. How fast is this going down? We're losing about 30 or 40 a go. They're losing... I think they're losing faster. Okay. This is going... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. We're crushing them. We're absolutely crushing them. Is that just because we've got the... I think it's because we've got the superior commander. We've got the superior commander on one flank. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how we're winning. The numbers were about the same. And, yeah. But there we go. We've managed to do a good bit of damage to them. Now we can liberate this region. And straight after that, good. I hope I made a difference there. That is very, very useful indeed. Uh-oh. There is a small problem here. A small problem, which is what disease is that right now? Go over to the disease tab. That is, it's yellow. Okay, suffering from camp fever. Okay, that doesn't seem like the worst one. It's not smallpox, which definitely seems to cause big trouble. So that's fine. Oh, and smallpox, yeah. The whole area around here is recovered from that. That's nice. Good job. And also, we've got ourselves a new pope. I'm guessing the pope doesn't like me that much. Actually, he doesn't hate me. He's mostly fine with me. In fact, if I just actually paid back the Jewish moneylenders, he'd be fine with me. He'd like me. Great. And yeah, go on then. Let's actually use up some of the rest of my retinue count while I remember. So 77 gold up front and then payment to actually recharge it over time. We'll actually have a new skirmish retinue. So as a result, yeah, we'll actually get ourselves 50 heavy infantry, another 200 archers. Very, very nice indeed. And yep, that all looks like that works for me. Get that into production. So you two guys, please merge together into one mega retinue, if you'd be so kind. And yeah, it starts off as literally one guy, but that will just recharge over time while it's in friendly territory. Great, so we've kicked the arse of those guys for the time being, and who's committed a stupid crime now? It's Prince Hector of Cornwall. Well, of course he has, except apparently no one would vote for imprisoning him. Well, what's he actually trying to do? He's fabricating a claim on the... He's fabricating a claim on the duchy. Is that actually a crime? Is that the crime we're deciding to actually throw him in prison for? Because I feel like it's not that much of a crime, to be honest. Luckily, his lack of power means he'll just agree to drop the plot immediately. So he's not going to plot there. There we go. Just go back. And that's now gone. Beautiful. Very, very nice indeed. And... Havoc Kurnow is... Havoc Kurnow wasn't already dead? I thought Havoc Kurnow was... Oh. Yeah. He went to go and join the Knights Templar long ago. And apparently he died there. I'm very sorry, Drew. For that, and also for whatever happened in the Satanic orgy, because I think you were involved in that, but I don't quite remember the details. Now, can't help but notice there's a bit of on fire going on in England right now. Hello, who's fighting who? It's one of those moments. So the King of England, as has been true for nearly a century at this point, has basically no personal domain. So as a result of that, tried to actually take some of it back and has basically been told, no, shove off. So East Anglia is currently in the process of resisting an attempt to take land off them. Also, remember how there was a new pope? He's just died immediately. By any chance was that under suspicious circumstances? No, they just elected a really sick pope. So, new pope, he likes me even better. Alright, you're not very good at being a pope if you think I'm a good Catholic. Slight concern though, as the day drags on, seemingly never ending, you can barely keep your eyes open, you seem to have no energy at all. I'm suffering from fatigue, intrigue, diplomacy and health down a tiny bit. Okay, hopefully that's just a minor thing, and... Wait, what? What? Hang on. No. No, 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 no. No, I'm so young. I've got so much Satanism yet to do. Okay. I've got a very, very, very smart doctor, and it's not been confirmed yet. In fact, I don't know how he's come to this conclusion. I'm literally just slightly tired. Alright, jumping from that to cancer might be a bit much. Okay, just treat the symptoms. Like, just give me a coffee and I'll probably feel better. And he's giving me just some milk and poppy. Yeah, okay. Health +2. Excellent symptom treatment. Well done. So I was tired, so I'm having a nap. So hopefully that's actually got... Ooh. Right. Apparently at some point I actually lost my Finger of St. John. Right. That's unfortunate. That's a shame. I liked that thing. And also I've still got it. It's still there. Are you sure, announcement? Now, I'm just trying to find a good person to sacrifice to Satan, because Satan said he wanted a holy person sacrificed. So, I've got myself a good little bishop right here. Mainly because I think he's pretty useless, so he's not really that smart. He's definitely not on the intrigue side. He's useless other than that. He's a hunchback. He's not particularly well educated. He's suffering from a deadly sin. He's not like, you know, alert or smart or anything. So, what we probably want to do is try and abduct this guy. So, that would logically mean he ends up in my dungeon, right? So, let's attempt to abduct him. Oh, that actually costs me power. Right. Okay. So, I need to not do that. Fine. I need to do something else to get him imprisoned. Now, if I actually... If I just want to imprison him, the council's not keen on that because the council bloody hates me. So, I've got to frame him. Now, that's a thing I could do, because I could attempt to spy on him, potentially. But I'm busy spying on someone else for the time being. I mean, the alternative is I could just revoke his title to see if I could just kind of try and force him to rebel against me, and then just basically put it down, throw him in the dungeon for being a traitor, and then sacrifice him. But let's not rush into that. Let's just wait to see if we can spy on him once we're done spying on the other lad. Because, yeah, we're still spying on this guy right now. I need to get rid of him. At a festive outing in the wild, I found a message left amidst wildflowers addressed to my courtier Agatha. The would-be lover, Count Hector, is waiting for her by the stream near the camp. And I must protect Agatha from such... Uh-oh. I'm really, really concerned about the fact that I only have one option. And I have no option to just say, you know what, whatever, because I feel like I should do. Now, sure, he'll, yeah, potentially like me less, or I'll like him less for seducing his friend, but I'm worried this is a trap. Because there's plenty of people out in the world that probably do want to have me killed. That's certainly true. Okay, are we going to be in trouble right now? Okay, I don't seem to be dead yet, but please no follow-up event, please no follow-up event, and right, bigger problems, cancer. This is yes, quite a big problem, in fact. Bloody, I feel like I've been unlucky with illness. Like, I see a lot of kings making it quite a bit past the ages my kings are dying at round here. But I've got cancer. But I've got a really, really damn good doctor. This is not necessarily the end of King Connor, the bastard. And the illness is apparently severe. Fine, I'm not bedridden, but this is quite serious. So, we're not in great shape right now. Not in great shape at all. But with a doctor as good as I've got, I'm really, really flipping hoping that maybe... just maybe he can heal me. Unless, of course, do I have any ability to... No, I can't level up, and Dark Healing is... yeah, that's up at the 3rd level. I'm nowhere near having Dark Healing. Alright, here we go. So, we've got a couple of different treatment options here, and also just saying no thank you. So, well-tested treatments. I have the Brave... Do I have the Brave trait? Apparently I've got the Brave trait. That's nice! So that means I can basically tell him to go nuts. And honestly, I think that's the best option. It's worked in the past. I'm probably going to lose something, but that's reasonable. In fact, if you'd like to cut off my pentagram, that'll probably make me a much more stealthy Satanist. And also I found out nothing new useful. No, just flipping stick to something real, please. Come on, just tell me how the cancer thing goes on. I don't actually care about that guy right now. And... ooh. Hello. Right. What's this? So, small knife, held my arm steady and made a precise incision, barely breaking the skin. He then proceeded to press something against the wound. It looked like diseased tissue and you shuddered. But I feel amazing. But am I actually... That didn't actually sort out the cancer, though. It just seems to have, yeah, I've been massively treated. That's great, and that gives me 5 years, but I've still got cancer. And apparently Iago is very good at sieges now. La-di-da. I mean, I was really looking for a cure to the cancer, to be honest. I mean, I've had that before. It can happen, but bad luck. Didn't on this occasion. But health +3, health -3. Can't change that for another 4 bloody years. Dear oh flipping dear. Right, well this is still deeply worrying. Ah, and very, very crucial indeed, my son Disaster. It's time to intervene. So he's looking like a bit of a disaster, to be honest. Though he is potentially good at stewardship. That might be of interest. So, I could make him ambitious, but I know for a fact that can lead to him trying to murder me, which could be a very, very bad idea. Alternatively, I could make him diligent. That's very good, but I can't take on stress right now. I desperately, desperately need to keep my health as high as possible. Or I could accept out of patience. Now that just gives me, yeah, that's just a 5-year debuff. Honestly, I'll still be pretty good regardless. He'll have patience, which is +1, +1, +1, +1, and 20% defense. Not bad at all, really. Is this guy worth it? Is he really worth the sacrifice? Though admittedly, 976 for a child who hasn't even got the education trait yet. Go on. I'll take out a patience. There we go. Looking good. So you've picked up patient right there to go deceitful, conscientious, brooding, and legitimized bastard. You might do alright yet, Disaster. You might do alright yet. And, oh dear, who does Rhiannon not like? She doesn't like Hector. I don't like Hector either, but I'm afraid I can't afford for him to be more annoyed for the time being. I need to sort out the problem with my vassals. I've got too many vassals that hate me right now. If I give this guy, even though I don't like this guy, he's on his way out. Sooner or later, I will find a way to flipping kill him. His heir could potentially like me a lot more. If I just give this guy the duchy right now, then that could work for me. Okay, and then yeah, he'll control this area, at least he'll be the Duke reporting into me. And then I just need to give, I could give this guy, who likes me quite a lot, I could give him this duchy. And then he can handle all of that. But wait, hang on, if he holds the... If I give him the duchy, does that mean he gets all of the... Wait, hang on, how do duchies work when I directly control some of this around here? Okay, I just dropped a save because I wanted to double check this. I'm just going to reload just a second ago because I wasn't sure how this was going to work. So, if in theory I were to give this guy the actual Duchy of Brittany around here, then I still technically control these areas. My domain has not actually dropped. However, I can't actually call up troops out of it anymore. So, that's a pretty big loss. Now if I want to actually call up troops, I'm going to need to call up, call up the vassals. Yeah, I need to call up the vassal levies around here. So basically I'd lose all my personal troops on the continent. So that's not something I can do, unfortunately. I'm going to need to keep holding that myself. But that wouldn't be an issue over an island. Because of course over an island, I don't have any directly controlled territory anyway. So, we know we're not doing that now. Just reloaded just before I made that decision. England's looking flimsy. Let's just give England a quick check over, make sure there's nothing new there. No, everything as it was. Temporarily busy just fighting itself down in the southeast, but nothing else major there. Now, there is one thing I could try and do. If I could try and potentially rush to enough dark power, if I could just get myself up to level 3, I might actually be able to heal myself. I don't know if that includes cancer, but it might include cancer. And speaking of young Disaster, right, we can actually impact him even more. So we might be able to salvage him a bit just yet. So what do we want to do? Has a chance of becoming temperate, or I should resist trying to intervene. He'll pick up just. Okay, so yeah, he'd lose brooding and he'd gain just. So brooding is +1 intrigue, just is stewardship, learning, vast opinion, or I could try and get him temperate. I think that's better, but it's only a chance. And brooding can become wrath or envious. So a guaranteed chance to convert brooding into just. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take that. I'm going to let him pick up just, because just actually kind of suits his high stewardship. Alright, disaster. You're turning out alright. Okay, this is not so bad. Also, I think the French have got this at this point. I think I can probably call off my army and actually break them down. I think the... Oh. How much is actually there? Wait, hang on, I thought there was way more than that there. What's actually located here then? 5,700 and... Okay. Apparently there's not as much as I thought. Alright, fine. I'll stay with you and just hold your hand to make sure you win this war, because I kind of want to stay allied to you. Oh, but here's some fun updates in Ormond. I just actually did a little update. The Spy Master is on board with me. Okay, we got a few people willing to help out here. And here we go. Bunch of new people showing up. And with the Spy Master on board, the plot is very much back on. Good. Good, 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 good. Right, if you guys want to just get on with assassinating him, that'd be great. I mean, I am just, spying on him, trying to find something I can do to him regardless. But if you guys want to just speed this up for me, that'd be marvellous. And apparently my Chancellor is doing a superb job. He's not really. He's just been stood up there doing nothing for bloody years at this point. I'm having trouble with a town and a castle in Cornwall. I shall, of course, send him to have a little look-see. So the townspeople approve, city vassal opinion, or feudal vassal opinion. Ooh, okay. Does that include my actual direct noble vassals, or was that just in Cornwall? Well, I'm going for castle anyway. Yeah, there we go. Castle denizens approved, feudal plus 25. Okay, so all of my vassals are actually slowly coming round to me here, and having many lovers is exciting and fulfilling. So much love, so much desire, but so little time. In the end, I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends. Okay, I'm not sure if you're describing what you do with them or never mind. Okay, so I can make this work, but I need to become stressed. I need to break up with Stronglass or break up with Karen. Oh no. Oh, that's such a difficult decision. But Karen, who has got 2 children so far. Hang on, how old are you right now, Karen? You're still 34. Stronglass she's 30, but I've had a lot of children with Stronglass. I mean, I feel like Karen in some ways is the love of my life. So I'm going to break up with Stronglass because, yeah, I just can't deal with the stress right now. I need to keep my health high. So, break up with Stronglass. It's been fun. Like, I've left you with something to remember me by in the form of 17 children. But I think it's Karen. Karen is the love of my life at this point. Karen is definitely the love of my life. Now, I've just discovered that Bernard MacLeod is trying to kill Hector. Which I'm honestly not actually that angry about at all. Like, if Hector were to go down, though he's slowly coming round to me. He is starting to come round to me, actually. So, this could be of interest. Yeah, if he goes down, his son comes in. His son doesn't have ambitious because his son's just a child. So, potentially, this could... Yeah, that could work. That could work right there. So, let's have a little look-see at the known plot. Just because, I might actually be willing to join that plot, incidentally. So, yeah. You're not exactly in a great position to make that happen. I'm just going to let that be there for the time being. I'm not getting involved, alright? I'm just staying right out of that one. So as far as I can tell, what's going on in the French war is each of us just basically keeps swapping over territory that have no troops remaining. Like, there's literally no troops here, and there's literally no troops here. So basically, each of us just keeps doing a circle, trading these territories. Bloody hell. And what exactly do we have here? Because this could be... Oh. So, the guy I would like to actually take care of is actually touring Cornwall very soon in an open carriage. Oh, well, this is just marvellous. What if a couple of archers were placed on the Count's path on certain key rooftops? So, either ambush him with an arrow barrage next month, or this option is available due to high martial skill. Ah, I know just the men for the job myself. Alright, this could be just perfect. But yeah, look at this. We're just we're just repeatedly swapping territories. And we just keep going around in a circle avoiding each other. Despite the fact that you could win. You could win this so easily. And, okay, fine. You know what? I'm going to be friends with Parma. But if they're dicks in a second, then I'm going to give up. So, yay! Wales is doing well. So there we go. There's another multiple victories. And, spot on. Deadly arrow crossfire. And he has been taken out. Unfortunately, the scapegoat we had arranged to take the blame slipped my name. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's probably bad. Right. Am I a kin killer now? Because I'm not sure he was actually kin. Possibly some people are going to be annoyed about that. Do you mind the fact I just... Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Dishonourable, murdered close kin rival. Well, you know what that means? That means, very unfortunately... You need to go down as well, you stupid bastard. And maybe if we're lucky, dishonourable known murderer. Right, so now I'm a known murderer. So that's... Okay, in some ways, this has made the situation worse rather than better. I mean, this guy's coming around. This guy's coming around pretty nicely. So, what we should probably do is we just try and keep control of Ireland by giving this guy the authority to handle it. Because he doesn't have the intrigue to plot against me. If I just give him the Duchy of Munster, and then, well, but he's ambitious. He is ambitious, he's 33. Why are there so many bloody ambitious people floating around? It's only minus 61. It's only minus 61. It's not even that bad. Screw it, I'm just going to see if I can sort this out. I'm going to give you the Duchy of Munster. So you're going to have that. There you go. So that should hopefully make you cheer up a little bit. In fact, your opinion just went straight up to plus 100. Yeah, there we go. Granted a duchy. Vassal transfer. Generous relative. There you flipping go. So, this guy is now cool with me. Alright, he's 100% on board with me. This is all great news. This guy, he absolutely despises me, but honestly, I don't care. He doesn't even report into me. He reports into this guy. And that means I don't need you on the council anymore. Because, of course, you're not actually a vassal of mine. You're a vassal of his. So you can actually have him on your council. I don't actually need him anymore. Great! This is working beautifully. That means I can actually have someone who's, like, you know, actually good at their job. Because, yeah, the only other person I might want on at this point would be Paul up here in Gwynedd. But he's happy with me regardless. So that means I can just put someone who's just good at the job on. So I happen to have a mayor floating around who's actually got stewardship of 18, which I'd say is pretty solid. So he can just be brought in. He doesn't even like me. Great. Does anybody actually like me? Would anyone be willing to respond to this with, ooh, Caddock II. Actually, it's a bit of a risk having a Tannist as a steward, because stewards are sometimes in slightly high-risk positions. They might upset the peasants. So I'd probably rather not have you doing that, actually. Yeah, I'm happy with this guy. I think he'll come round to me in time. So you just get on with collecting some taxes down there. That's just flipping beautiful. Hector, if he gets himself murdered, doesn't really bother me. And what's this exactly? I think you've actually proposed that before to me, and I'm still not interested. I'm very sorry. I'm not convinced you're actually going to be around for too much longer, because you seem to be losing the war for someone else who wants to become the Holy Roman Emperor. So, sorry, my children are more valuable than that. Also, thing I should probably be extremely suspicious of up in Scotland, my children are indeed dying off very quickly. So, died attending to chamber business, died bad case of flu, died of pneumonia. Now that might be legit, or that might be an assassination. There are still 2 children floating around. You're actually the heir to the Kingdom of Scotland, and your brother is too. So, there are still 2 children floating around of my dynasty, lining up to be King of Scotland, but they're dropping like flies a little bit worryingly quickly up there. I need to keep an eye on that. Still, it's nice that we have a good solid bit of Ireland here. And unsurprisingly, yeah, King Colin is actually coming in to take more of Ireland. The moment he's taken that bit, if he just basically creates the duchy if it doesn't already exist, he'll actually have a de jure claim on the last bit. So Scotland is basically just coming in and is taking Northern Ireland. So hopefully this plan works. Because if this plan does work, you, my good man, control a lot of territory. An awful lot of territory. If we could just get power transferred to one of your sons, and then I can just potentially play as that son, that could work very, very well indeed. Now, it's time to have another little look-see at the succession, because I've got cancer, and sure, I may have temporarily pushed it off for the minute, but it still feels like it's going to be a bit of a problem. It's going to take me sooner or later. And I did have one thought, which was Hector. Hector, who despises me so much, rather than just trying to kill him, what if I were to just make him my heir? He's not exactly spectacular, but there's been worse. There's been a lot worse. So, okay, he's suffering from fatigue, and for me that turned into cancer. That doesn't mean it turns into cancer for everybody. Okay. Or there's Hellfire. If I was to play as Hellfire, then the thing about Hellfire would be he actually comes with, yeah, a whole bunch of claims, potentially. All weak claims, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but still. I mean, right now, Cadot II is just a placeholder guy, but I can't have a placeholder anymore. If I'm suffering from cancer, I could just drop dead tomorrow. So I need to get someone better in play, and Martial 5 and, yeah, Diplomacy 3, that's just not good enough. Also, Disappointment, the Child of Dunban, apparently came of age, and is about as disappointing as you'd probably expect, yes. Although then again, could get him betrothed to Haldora, Princess of Norway, who actually comes with a weak claim inheritable on the Kingdom of Norway. That could be potentially very much of interest, yes. Let's actually get you into the family, please. I'm going to be honest, the best we've probably got right now is Hector. Hector is very likely the best candidate we've got to be the next leader, and that would also give me the added benefit of Hector probably liking me enough that he won't actually attempt to murder me anymore. Because, well, with the exception of Sulphur, who does need to be taken care of, possibly we just satanically sacrifice him at some point. We've got the situation somewhat calm and under control. Wait, what does Disaster hate me? Known murderer, lieges arbitrary. He's kind of different to me. Yeah, Disaster turns out to be a bit of a good egg. Disaster's actually a decent guy. He's just, and he's patient, and he'll probably have actually, depending on his education, but the Marshal's far too low. Keep an eye on Disaster. Maybe he'll surprise me pleasantly. Now, the other person that's been actually nominated is Bernard. Now, Bernard's not terrible, but... And, that'd possibly be why you're trying to kill Hector of Cornwall. You do indeed recognise his competition. No. No, I just can't have Stewardship 0. Personal domain would be too small. It would be a nightmare. I'd have to give away so much territory and then fix it up later. That's definitely not what I want. Right. Nominate Hector. Hector is now the new heir. Beautiful. So yeah, Hector is temporarily over in this county, but he is still of my dynasty. And as a result, he's down to -18, which I feel is harsh. I feel that's very, very harsh indeed, but there's only so much I can do, given I'm known to be dishonourable and known to be a murderer and diddly-diddly-dee. Still, he's coming round at least a little bit, and... who's your wife again? Why did I get you married to her? Did I just get you married to her because she was just decent and she just passed on some benefits? Yeah, it's not spectacular. It's not spectacular at all. But you'll do alright, kid. You will do okay. And that unfortunately means you need to end this plot, so if you wouldn't mind just ending the plot there. And there's no point spying on him anymore. Oh yes, he's dead. Yes, excellent point. Let's not spy on him anymore. And those two get married, and anytime you want to say, there we go, no more spying from you. Spot on. Oh, and one thing here that just brings joy to my heart. So, the King of England has suddenly got actually one domain. So he actually managed to lose that war trying to claim literally anything. And while he was actually getting on with that, something even better happened, which is Middlesex, which is literally his only territory, is suffering from furious peasants. So as a result of that, minus 100% local tax. So his actual capital is not producing any tax at all. No, zero tax, zero tax, zero tax, zero tax. So right now, he's presumably got, well, he's getting some money from somewhere. Presumably that is just tax coming in off his vassals, but he's basically got no personal income whatsoever. He has got no money. Oh, kid. I actually feel bad for him. Like, how did a genius, ambitious person end up this bad? How has it gone that badly wrong for you? You've ended up craven, you've ended up scarred, and you've got a terrible, terrible education, and you're still not married. Which is of interest. Why aren't you married? In fact, this gives me an idea. Right now, he doesn't really have any money, and his own vassals are... they're okay with him for now. But what if I was to attack England, go for powers, but then be in no rush to finish up that war? What if I basically just, once we've wrapped up the French business, which looks like it's very close to being done, invite the French over, me and the French just go and stamp on various bits of England, and we do what we can to try and actually catch the English king. Maybe just kind of, catch him, humiliate him a little bit. See if we can just cause some form of massive English civil war. That might be fun. That might be fun indeed. At the same time, keep an eye for expansion opportunities in Ireland and keep a very close eye on Scotland, because I suspect something untoward is going on with my dynastic heirs up there. They're dying of illness a little bit suspiciously quickly, it must be said. So, all of that to come very, very soon indeed, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Crusader Kings 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. No, okay, that would have been good if I'd actually hit the ball. And swing! Yes, yes, yes! That is the swing! That is the swing! Come on! Golf you! Oh, yes! Oh, 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 oh! I'll get you next time, golf.